Hello Cancer, welcome to this reading. My name is Zane and we are going to be taking a look at the current energy for the sign of Cancer for the next 3 months. So this will be for the first quarter of 2022 between the months of January and to the end of March. Now obviously we are halfway through January already, so this will just be from whenever you find the video to the end of March. But do keep in mind that this is a general reading, so take the messages as they resonate. Drop the ones that do not, and also check out your sun, moon, and rising signs. Now, I do not offer personal readings, so if you get a message from someone, they are impersonating me and trying to scam you, so please do not get scammed. I also do exclusive content on my Instagram, so if that's your thing, definitely give me a follow there. And please consider hitting the subscribe button on this video. It really helps my channel grow. So let's go ahead and see what we have going on here for you, Cancer. Make sure everything's in view, and then we'll get right into it. Okay, I think that looks just about good enough to me. Energy on the bottom, you have the Queen of Wands. So Queen of Wands is a nice card to find. The Queen of Wands talks about being unequivocally yourself, okay? Not being anyone else, and not trying to be anybody else, or not trying to be what someone else wants you to be, and instead being the highest version or the purest expression of yourself, okay? And undeniably Cancer. And along with that, the Queen of Wands can represent someone who's bold, courageous, inspiring, and passionate. And for those things and for those reasons, the Queen of Wands is attractive to many people, not only in the workplace, but also in love. And so you could be attracting opportunities into your life at this time. You could be attracting people into your life at this time. Again, allowing your talents and your passions and your assertiveness to lead the way, as well as the unique expression of yourself when you get the Queen of Wands. Now, you could be taking on those qualities for yourself, but you could also be finding somebody in your life, and it doesn't have to be romantic, but just anybody, who can help you out along your path even, that may have those qualities about them when you pull the Queen of Wands. So let's take a look here. Some of you are grieving right now, and it's around, there's something that's been has broken your heart, or something that's breaking your heart here that you are grieving. And it doesn't have to be death, by the way. This can mean, I don't like to foretell death and dying in my readings. It's just not my style. So this can be like the loss of the end of a relationship. I do think some of you perhaps are ending a relationship or have thought about ending a relationship. This could also be severance from a job is heartbreaking, so it really depends on the situation for everybody, right? Everybody's in a unique situation, but that's kind of what I'm feeling here. You have this Five of Swords right away in the middle. The Five of Swords talks about potentially a loss in your life. And you can see here, here's the thing about the Five of Swords, it's totally recoverable, because this person in the background here is down, but they're not out, okay? The sun rays are coming out of them. And the way that I've been liking to read this card is, the Five of Swords represents a struggle that will make you much stronger on the other end of it. And the reality is, I don't know anybody who has not at least faced some level of struggle or adversity in their life. And, oftentimes when you go through those things, you learn something or you get stronger. And that's what I see happening for you here. It doesn't have to be a huge thing in this. It doesn't have to be a massive negative energy. I just feel like some of you are going through conflict at this time, and you're coming out on the other end much stronger. Now in January, you have the Queen of Swords, the Six of Pentacles, and the Moon. So we're going to start down here. You have your, this could be your card. I don't know why. This is I typically don't talk about this card as a Cancer energy, but I'm feeling like this is. I'm drawn to the crab here, right, for Cancer. And so I'm getting the sense that this is your energy right now here. The moon can represent subconscious issues. Interestingly enough, the lower row is the subconscious in your life, so internal messages, okay? And whenever I get the moon in the lower row, it's just doubling down on that idea that maybe there's some sort of subconscious fear that's happening in your life right now. You may be getting like extremely poignant dream messages at this time. Like dreams may be even nightmares at this time or something along those lines, or you may just be getting dream communication. The moon can also just represent you really tapping into your intuition at this time. And what I think is more important for you is the moon can represent a temporary situation, like the phases of the moon come in and out. And so just know that you may be in an emotional situation and it may not be as bad as you are making it out to be, is what I feel like saying. You also have this Six of Pentacles here, which is give and take. All right, it's the idea that the act of giving is just as important as receiving. If you've been giving a lot, it's time to claim your power back, which is absolutely something that not only the Queen of Wands would do, but also the Queen of Swords. The Six of Pentacles can represent a really good situation happening in your career in terms of like a raise. That's definitely one of my cards indicating like a job raise specifically, like moving up the ranks, because it says that you've put in the work and now you're ready to receive. Something's ready to come back to you. You also here have this Queen of Swords, which is all about independence, okay? And not letting anyone or anything stand in your way, okay? This is all about being bold, being assertive. And the Queen of Swords takes their sword and they cut through anything that's no longer serving them. And so I always like to say the Queen of Swords is like the assassin in the tarot. And this is a good reminder. It doesn't matter what gender you are. These are just masculine and feminine energies. Queens, of course, are the feminine side of ourselves. And so yeah, just also keep that in mind. But in February, you have the Five of Cups, the Five of Swords, and the Three of Swords. So clearly here, not going to sugarcoat it, this month of February, this column here can be challenging, okay? And I'll be very interested to see how we clarify this row, because it just seems like you're working through or processing an emotionally charged situation. The Three of Swords is anything that breaks your heart. I talked about this in the beginning of the reading. This is heavily associated with severance, okay? So like divorce, separation, breakup, anything like that. But again, it can be like, maybe you haven't gotten that job raise. That's heartbreaking, especially if something was promised to you. Or, you were promised changes or you were expecting changes and that hasn't happened. I do see maybe an emotionally charged situation happening sometime in like January, maybe towards the beginning of February. And then in February, you figuring out how to grieve over that situation, because you have this Three of Swords and you have the Five of Cups here, which this person is sitting in disappointment. And you could also say they're maybe grieving right now. But the message here, the important message here, is that there are always two cups behind you overflowing. So it says, look on the bright side when you get the Five of Cups. Moving forward into March, you have the Death card, the Four of Cups, and the Star. I really like to see the Star. It's important that you do not confuse the Death card with literal death or literal dying. That's not the message of the Death card. What this means is a part of yourself dying. Okay, it's going from the caterpillar to the butterfly. It's a major transformation. It is a major change. And yes, out of all of the cards in the tarot, this does indicate big change, okay? It's inexorable. It's, there's no going back when you get the Death card, but it doesn't mean literal death or dying. It talks about a transformation happening in your life. This is potentially you moving out of any feelings or any situation where you're bored and apathetic. Okay. And what I would also say is with this Four of Cups, what I would also say is as you have the Five of Cups, you're seeing the symbolism repeat here. You see the Three Cups on the grass, as well as the Three Cups here on the Five of Cups on the grass. Be careful that your disappointment does not lead you to miss out on a situation, because along with that, you have the Star. This is really, for me, I love to see this card in this reading because it's all about healing. It's all about hope and optimism for the future. And it says that you could be getting a wish come true, or there could be a wish granted here. But for you, it's really about healing and optimism for the future, hope for the future, which you are going to recognize there's an abundance of hope and an abundance of opportunity for you here in the future with this card coming in. So I love that message. Let's go ahead and start to clarify the situation even more. If you're enjoying this, hit that like button, subscribe, and you can check out my website if you are interested to sign up for my email list. So let's see here. I'm using a new Oracle deck here, so do let me know what you think about this Oracle deck. The messages I feel like have been pretty good. But you have Eagle, see from a higher perspective. Okay, love this message for you. You have Hermit, retreat and recharge. Okay, lastly, you also have Summer, bask in joy and light, as well as, wow, Direction Guardian, choose your path. I have to say, this card's been coming in for the collective. Many people would be going down new paths here in this first part of the year. And, you know, there could be a change in your life that sets you onto a new path with the energy showing up here. But this eagle, this idea of you kind of perching up on your ledge and seeing from a higher perspective, I think is extremely important for you at this time as you go through the end of a situation, potentially. And I think that would be something that some of you would recognize, would really resonate with. So let's see what we have here. So you have this card, Reconsider, which really wanted to come forward for you. Okay. And then interestingly enough, you have the 2 no cards in this Oracle deck. So lots of rejection. I do feel like some of you are rejecting someone else. It could also be that somebody gets rejected as well in this reading. Lastly, you have the Ask Your Angels card. Okay, so there's something here that you're going over again, okay? You're going over once again, and you're maybe even wanting to like reach up for support, reach up for divine help, support from your spirit team here as you have this Ask Your Angel and Reconsider. And just, I feel like the message for you is this hope and optimism here in the future, but let's see what else we get. Let's go ahead and clarify this situation even more. Okay, so you have the 8 of Pentacles, you have the Chariot, and the World. So the Chariot is the Cancer card, and I said that Moon card I was also resonating with for you as well. So your energy here really showing up in January. I really like these clarifications. These are all very good cards. The World's the completion of a cycle, okay? It's some sort of victory, some sort of success happening in your life. And it says that, you know, you've gone through the entire major arcana. It now asks you to self-reflect on whatever it is that you need to do to prepare yourself for the next cycle. Especially as we have this Moon card, which I think is very interesting. I would say just be careful that you think before you speak, is what I feel like saying, because the Moon's potentially an emotionally charged situation. The Chariot here, charging forward, a major victory, a major success in your life, but the important part is you're achieving and acquiring this victory through self-discipline, okay? And, you know, as you have the 6 of Pentacles, it seems like something that you deserve. There's something here that you truly deserve with the Chariot, and I get the sense that if it doesn't come in, you're going to get in your Chariot, you're going to get in your vehicle, whatever it is, and you're going to roll away. Okay, you're gonna walk away from some whatever. Like, I get the sense that there's some situation due to you, and if you don't see it coming in, you're gonna go. You have this 8 of Pentacles as well, which is all about a major talent or craftsmanship, or like mastering your craft, mastery. It's a very good card indicating good movement forward or positive developments in work. So you have the Lovers, the Temperance card, and the 10 of Swords. Okay, so I said I was very interested to see how this row was clarified, and we have another ending coming in here with the 3 of Swords. For many of you, this is, like I said, this is relationship related. And what I really, really, really like to see is you have the Temperance card, which is number 14. It comes after number 13, the Death card. Temperance indicates a situation turning around. Okay, so the reality is that whatever's ending here, there's probably a deeper message for you. It's probably part of your divine path. Whatever is ending, whatever's coming to a close for you. And I think closure is important at this time. I do feel like you will achieve closure here as well with the Three of Swords and the Ten of Swords. And the Lovers, like I said, that's relationships, it's important choices. But again, many of you are grieving the end of a relationship, a partnership, something like that happening. And the Temperance card is like, whoa, we're coming in to heal this. This is also a card of angels, interestingly enough, and you have this Ask Your Angels card here. So whether or not you resonate with angels doesn't really matter. If you're just into spirit guides and things like that, I feel like your spirit guides are here to help you heal from this situation. So you have the Judgment card, you have the Knight of Wands, and the Emperor. So I really love to see these messages, these clarifications coming in for you here, Cancer. The Emperor is big success in business, okay? It's big boss energy, and it's the energy of authority, of leadership, of stability, of structure, of discipline, of routine, of authority, all of those sorts of things. As you have those attributes, as you take on those qualities here, you're getting the Star card, okay? Your wish is coming true as you maintain authority over your life and over yourself. Very good omen to get the Star and the Emperor in business. And so if there is a situation ending with your business or in your career life, just know that there is something else coming in, especially because you have this this Knight of Wands, which represents an event charging in quickly, but it can also represent you moving or leaving, especially as you have this Chariot card, maybe even moving residence. But there's an opportunity in March coming in that you might not want to miss out on, okay, as you have that Four of Cups with it. And Judgment is karma, okay? It's the choices you've made up to this point rendering out in real time. It's also a card of like spiritual awakenings, and it says that there's like one thing in your way towards enlightenment. And I get the sense that it's developing closure here in your life. Yeah, you have the Hierophant. There could be a long-term situation ending with your workplace or a marriage or just a long-term partnership or something like that. But again, this is part of your divine path, like part of your divine plan. And yeah, look at this. I just pulled the Pathway card. That card just pulled out, just came out here as I said pathway. So you are on this big pathway right now in your life. You have concern, high honor. I guess I'll leave that reversed. I normally don't read it reversed. Unexpected income, courthouse, and courtship. Wow. Okay. So look, your pathway is your true north. It's your destiny. It's what you're supposed to be doing in this lifetime. Somebody's not appreciating your skills, okay? You are highly respected in whatever it is that you do, whether you realize it or not. People look up to you in your workplace or in some area of your life, especially as you have this Emperor card of leadership. And I get the sense that someone's not appreciating that. I also get the sense that in the future, look, I mean, courtship and marriage with concern, courthouse and marriage. This is a little bit confusing to me because that could indicate divorce because we have separation. You know, marriage is a legal contract and you have to go through the courts and everything as you go through a divorce. And what's interesting here is, you know, some of you are like ending something, but also somebody's very interested in you at the same time. This could be a new job coming in. Somebody could be very interested in hiring you, but at the same time, it's like there's the end of a marriage, whether it's like a literal marriage, a long-term partnership, or the marriage of you and another business, like a place that you've worked at for a long time. So, and you have change here. Some of you are definitely moving. Okay, so thank you so much for being here. If you enjoyed this, hit that like button, subscribe, check out my website, zaneintuitive.com. Really appreciate you. Have a great day. I'll see you in the next one.